This is David Trent Todeschini coming to you from the beautiful hills of southern North Carolina, bringing you the facts behind the news and the story that contradicts the mainstream media lies, hoping to convince you that the apparency of reality is in fact entirely fabricated and the illusion only appears to be true. But in the battle for the survival of the American Republic and Western civilization, we must expose these illusions in order to bring about and nurture a greater awakening that will preserve our God-given rights and freedoms, not only for ourselves, but for our progeny and for all the future generations of human souls on this planet. We not only must plant the trees whose shade we will never live long enough to enjoy, but first we must uproot the poisonous trees we have for so long been deceived into sitting under. We are dedicated to educate and inform and stand in the gap for all of those innocents who cannot fight for themselves. We have put on the armor of God and stand ready with the weapons of truth to put down the lies of tyranny wherever we find them. We are the watchmen of liberty. We don't forgive, we don't forget, we are invincible, we are American patriots. To this end, and with this firm resolve, my close associates and I have sworn the oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States and all Americans who share our values and wish to live free. Welcome to the most deleted, shadow banned, demonetized, censored, and trolled channel on social media. Recipient of the Patriot Warrior Purple Q Award. This past week, with the murder of Irina Zarutska on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk in Utah, and 2 attempts on the life of our President Donald Trump, the left has succeeded in bringing about the wrath of true Americans. The disgusting celebrations by woke commie bastards on TikTok and the non-coverage of Irina Zarutska's murder by the mainstream media should suffice to illustrate the continuous, coordinated efforts by the deep state and their puppets to destroy this country. We have no other choice, if the Republic is to survive, is to root out all of these apparencies of human beings and remove them from the human gene pool. Unfortunately, there is no fixing this any other way. The demented mainstream media brainwashed automatons have demonstrated to us time and time again that there is no middle ground we can reach by political or social discourse. Their language is violence, and it is all they understand. It is about time that America responds with unrestrained brutality upon the sworn enemies of our way of life. As of the posting of this video, reports say that the shooter is not in custody, and the fatal shot came from a building 200 yards away, and the shooter has escaped in the chaos. The mainstream media is spinning the assassination as retaliation for hate speech on the part of Charlie Kirk. This is not a mental illness or Trump derangement syndrome, as some would say. This is a coordinated effort by George Soros, the Chinese Communist Party, and an interminable litany of non-human scumbags to destroy the only bastion of a hope of freedom left on this planet. These left-wing eunuch wannabes, who are confused over what bathroom to use, those who are at most 1% of the population, and whose numbers and influence have been amplified by the traitorous mainstream media, propose to dictate to us sane Americans that we should be understanding and tolerant of their mental diseases, in large part brought about by a combination of desire for celebrity status on TikTok and the effect of Big Pharma's experimental concoctions. That pipe dream ended today. What must happen will happen. Otherwise, you can kiss what remains of America goodbye. And make no mistake, folks, the left, in desperate attempts to hold on to the power and influence they've had since the coup d'etat of the JFK murder, have gone scorched earth on their attack on the Republic, what they call our democracy. The left's position is nothing short of satanic. Their democracy has nothing to do with the Republic of the United States of America. Want to know what democracy is? I'll show you. Their demented illusion of democracy, a nation who is mass brainwashed by the mainstream media and taught for generations to suspend their critical thinking in favor of the much easier deference to those who reported the news on TV. The beginning of the end of that delusion ended with the advent of conservative social media, and the final nail in the coffin of the Stasi news networks ended today. If you are one of those demented imbeciles who thinks you will win a war with us, well, I say, bring it. And this country will be rid of all of you in short order. We can then collectively become America again.
I don't even really know what to say. All I have right now is what's in here, just feeling. Charlie Kirk was a legend, role model for many people. Spent pretty much every day trying to make America a better place by talking to youth. I didn't agree with everything the guy ever said, but that's what makes America great. It's being able to slap your brother on the back and say, you know, we disagree, but I'm not gonna shoot you in your fucking neck today.
Yeah, you think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from, over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying.
I don't know how many people saw the video. I'm not going to put it up here, obviously, out of respect for his family, but it is horrific. I wanted to wait to do this video until they came out with what happened, but I saw the video and I knew it as soon as I saw it. So what does America do now? We just dealt with this stabbing. I had a different video coming out today addressing Black America, but that one will wait. Do we just put our hands up and say, okay, they're shooting at Trump, they're shooting at Charlie Kirk. Some guy was arrested, now they're saying it wasn't him. What do we do? What are we to do? The day before 9/11, coincidence? Who fucking gives a shit? It doesn't matter what day it's on. We're being attacked. The right side of America has been tolerant forever. We've dealt with DEI. We've dealt with Black Lives Matter. We've dealt with, you're too hard on people. Be nicer to trans people. We've dealt with all of it. You know what we want? You know what I want? I want to live in a country where people have integrity, where people are respectful of others, where we actually care about what goes on in this country. People who are faith-based, people who can disagree without offing each other. A nation built on good families, family values. But nope. We're here. You know, when Trump got elected, I thought everything was going to change. The truth of the matter is, it doesn't fucking matter who's in office. It's up to us. So I'm going to go through what I think should happen. But I want to cover a couple of people who are taking this as an opportunity to make fun of the situation. I'm going to say this before I show any of them. Come here. We are done being tolerant. We're done fucking around. You better hope to fucking God that you don't run into one of us if you're sitting here and making fun of this. Because people can be tolerant for so long, and some may even call them weak for being tolerant. But I can tell you right now, you will unleash a wrath upon yourself that you have never fucking seen. So I would tread very lightly.
The response to this will be, it's going to be the exact same response that it always is. It's going to be blaming the left. It's going to be a call for more aggressive rhetoric towards the left. It's going to be a call for the left to condemn or disavow whatever the fuck. Anybody on the left that does any sort of disavow whatever bullshit, I think is cucked and weak. I saw Newsom doing it earlier.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
And goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely.
I don't think I can say what I really want to say, but we have all the fucking cards. All of them. You want to go to war with us? You and your purple fucking hair? Is that what you want to do? Because let me tell you the difference between you and me. You have spent your whole life trying to figure out how to just be comfortable with yourself. Your days worry about, when am I going to get my Starbucks? When am I going to get my nails done next? What color is my hair going to be today? You know what we worry about? Preparing, sharpening our skills, becoming closer with God, educating ourselves, so that when the time comes, we're ready. You know what I think's happened? I don't know who said it. I think it was Mike Tyson. Said the internet saves a lot of people from being punched in the face. Here's another one from Cheryl. Hey Cheryl, bet you wouldn't say this in front of my face. I wish the bullet that hit Charlie Kirk a very pleasant day. And then the people below it. Thoughts and prayers to the bullet's family. Finally, some good news. This is the person who posted that. Fuck him, they want to talk all that bullshit and then want prayers when something happens. I wouldn't dare rest in piss, Charlie. And then someone says, I love this. Yep. Hide behind the internet. Video makes it look like this is a serious life-altering shot he took. Very easily could end up dying. Maybe don't spew unjustified hate your whole life. Just a thought. Maybe understand what free speech is. Maybe don't be so fucking sensitive when somebody calls you out about something. So what if somebody calls you out? So what if somebody has a problem with you? You're not fucking busy enough if it makes that big of a difference in your day. I got it all the fucking time. There's some dude who can't get off my dick on X.
He's a former Texas rodeo cowboy, and he owns the YouTube channel Heavy Duty Country, and he focuses primarily on political commentary, gun rights. I'm not left, I'm not right. The Democrats and the Republicans are owned by the same corporate banking team.
Oh my God, look at what he's talking about with Trump and Epstein, and what did he do? Why would you vote for Trump? Sorry, dude, I got other shit to do than to respond to you. My response is fantastic. If you call for the extermination of people long enough, somebody will finally stop it. When did he ever call for the extermination of people? Are you talking about Palestine? That's something that I don't necessarily agree with the guy on. Mods, please add a bullet hole to the subreddit icon. You know what the craziest thing about this is I think the guy who shot him crafted it to where he was shot after exactly what he said. A lot of the times he debated violence in America, mass shootings, several other things, and he got shot right after talking about mass shootings in the middle of the argument. That's not luck. So what does America do? I'll tell you what I'm doing. If you're on the left, if you're a Democrat, don't talk to me. Yeah, and I can't wait for you to fucking whine about it. Oh, he doesn't want to talk to me. If you're a person who signs off on anything woke, don't talk to me. If you're a person who embraces anything modern that degenerates do, gang violence, rap songs, OnlyFans, my God, how many dudes are on that shit nowadays? Fine fucking God. Anything like that, don't talk to me. But I will say, for everyone on the left who thinks that they've got a big dick, who thinks that they can just run around and do whatever and shoot people, the tides are changing and we are no longer tolerant. So I would be very, very careful what your next move is.
Hello everyone, I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot at an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988 our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake field office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
On behalf of President Tumenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah. Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. That is correct.
Are you still searching or looking for another shooter or anybody else related to this?
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to the shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where? How long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooting?
Do you want to talk about what we know there? Yeah.
The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where do you believe the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a fair, potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation's ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involvement?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Thank you. Can you talk a little bit about the security of the event itself? Who was there security-wise, and what happens on these kind of events?
Chief Long.
So my name is Jeff Long. I'm the police chief here at UVU, and I'll tell you right now, we are devastated. We're a small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. You know, obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area. And so he was kind of in a lower area, surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things, unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team. He has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
Was the gun recovered?
I'm sorry, see?
Was the weapon recovered?
At this point, I can't disclose that.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, there was a question being asked about mass shooting. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
What kind of weapon was used?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team, or a combination of both, that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
So we work together. He has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and so yeah, we were working together.
Was this a sharpshooter type shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
Ever since the Great Awakening, thousands of content creators like myself have been burning the midnight oil well into the wee hours of the morning, and millions of us who are awake are not getting enough sleep. Everyone knows that a good night's sleep is essential for efficient functioning of the cognitive processes that enable a person to discern truth from fiction and deep state-induced woke dementia. Well, years before I was asked to be an advertiser for MyPillow, I have been using their products. The first product I used was, of course, the pillows. I was impressed with the comfort, and I was able to fall off to sleep almost immediately rather than having to fight a bag of foam and trying to get comfortable. The pillowcases and Giza sheets are absolutely the bee's knees, and I have sets for the 2 beds I have in my home. Another thing is their body pillow. I suffer from a lumbar spine injury that is exacerbated by my preference to sleep on my side. Having the body pillow to roll onto alleviates the pressure and mitigates the discomfort, allowing me to fall asleep quickly. Mike Lindell, a great American patriot, has an entire line of quality products that everyone should try. Once you sleep with the pillows and sheets, you'll throw the ones you have in the garbage or donate them to Goodwill. If you go to www.mypillow.com, there is a link in the description. As a viewer and subscriber to this channel, you can buy anything in the store for 66% off. That's 1/3 of the retail price. Just fill your shopping cart and use promo code N4T at the checkout. Take it from me, folks, I've been using Mike Lindell's products since 2015. There is nothing like them on the market, and I say this with 71 years of sleeping experience. Don't forget, use promo code N4T at checkout.